Welcome to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprofit.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And this is just a quick little thing we want to throw out there, letting everybody know we are back now for the 2022 season. Took our little hiatus, 2.5 months. Football season really doesn't die though. It just goes on and on and on. So that's the only time you can probably take a break. And a lot of stuff happened in that, but we want to let you guys know what we're going to be doing this year for 2022. We got a lot of good stuff happening. Some old good stuff returning as well. The podcast will be back. The mailbag episodes will be back. Relegation leagues, they will be back as well. If you are in the relegation leagues and you were on Instagram, you might have gotten a message about our new Discord that opened up that you will have now. The leagues are going to be kind of try to base them there in a way. The Discord is going to be a great place for people to, talk fantasy football, ask us questions, all that good stuff. Get our, fire gambling picks that I have going on right now. 8-1 in the last 2 days now. 8-1. 8-1, Jeff.
Yeah, and the gambling aspect of the show will grow a little bit more.
It will.
Than we were doing last year, which will be a lot of fun. If you do go on Discord, you will see it flying back and forth.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's NBA right now.
NBA, but it will be, once it's football season, it's going to be all football. And we're going to try to integrate some of that into the show a little bit more, because I really feel like using Vegas for lines and figuring out fantasy football is probably something that we don't do enough of. And I think it can help us and help everyone a lot in week-to-week stuff with, they're good. Vegas is good for a reason. So I think we're going to use some more of that. I think it's still in the works, but talking, maybe we'll have like a Friday gambling show type deal, talk about some of the lines, and you just integrate all that into the show. Because I think it's just something that isn't used enough in the fantasy football aspect. I mean, it's used. People gamble, they bet on games, they do whatever. But Jonathan Taylor is going to get 58 point or over under 58.5 yards. Why is he so low this week? And it's a good reason, something like that. Got to look at and stuff. I think there's a lot of that out there that we can use. So the Discord is going to be a great place too to get some of that. Check if you're listening to this on your podcast app, I'm going to put the current link that you can join. That's only good for 7 days, so you'll have until March 23rd to use that link. After that, we'll have new links out there on Instagram.com/fantasyfootballprofit, which will keep that link updated always on our profile page. Or you can always email us fantasyfootballprofit@gmail.com, and message us at Twitter, the FF Profit, Instagram, all that, and we'll get you the latest link. It's gonna be a really good place, and it's off season, and we've only sent it out to feels like a handful of people, and we got a good group of people on there already talking. It's like I said, we've winning people money already if they're listening to me,
and and a lot of fun. I mean, it is a lot of fun. We're going back and forth, and we have a lot of different channels in there that you can kind of find whatever you're looking for. So I think as we near the season, it's obviously going to be a lot more going on for fantasy. But right now, if you are into gambling of any type, because
NCAA basketball,
as we found out, all of our friends and listeners are degenerates, which is awesome because we are too. Yep. So ton of fun right now. And then the other fun thing that we're going to be doing for the first time this year is we're going to be releasing our own version of whatever you want to call it, a draft guide, draft aid. Not going to be the normal.
Yeah, we've been thinking about that because a lot of people do them, right?
Yeah.
And they throw ranks, they throw less. So we're trying to figure out, and we got some good ideas, I think, of stuff that is actually beneficial for you in your drafts and like how to win your draft, because that's what you want it for, because you can find ranks from anybody. Right.
Yeah, you can get I can give you a write-up on Jonathan Taylor if you really want me to tell you how good he is, but that's pretty much.
So we're going to try to, and it's going to be some auction stuff in there as well as Snake Draft, trying to help you actually, do well in your drafts and use these for your drafts. That's what it's for, is for your drafts, because you're going to know about players. You can find that info anywhere. I really think we're going to cater it to help you win your drafts and do well there. So we're going to be working on that and look for that this summer, and which really isn't that far away, but this summer.
No, it's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, so look for that. We're going to try to make that, different from what other people have been doing. Just because we're not going to have anything special ranking a player a certain way, but we might have some good strategies and stuff that's helped us win.
Yeah, and I think this year is going to be really, really fun. Not only do we have a bunch of new things that we're trying, we're kind of amping everything up to a certain extent, but I at least for me, I know you're still in the midst of whatever is going on, but I do feel like the last 2 years have been kind of soul crushing.
Right.
and everyone was a little bit out of fantasy. And I think even for like our main leagues, everyone kind of felt a little distracted. I'll be honest, like watching things come up, whether it be the signings that just happened or, the combine, I'm actually getting like really into it again. I feel like this is going to be like a fully back year. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I think this is just the perfect time to kind of launch all this stuff. So hopefully you guys are feeling like I am, which I am completely back into the mindset of fantasy football. Yep. And we can have a lot of fun. Before we go, because we just wanted this to be a very quick message of what we're doing this year. Going through my notes on my phone, I found one note. Me and Craig had made a bet at the draft when we went out to, where were we this year? Milwaukee. We were in Milwaukee and we made a bet.
What did I bet?
I had been enjoying libations as we usually do during the draft, and Craig had made his draft was not that great. And we kept going back and forth, and I was like, you're not going to, and we just kept going lower and lower. And Craig just said, he goes, by the end of the year, I will have won 7 games or more. And we made the bet. And this little turd over here, did it. If I'm trying not to curse, but yeah, this idiot found a way to scrape and claw his way to exactly 7 games.
I did, didn't
and
I?
You had, it was a keeper league.
I don't remember what we bet.
Well, we bet $20. So here you go, mother effer.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I forgot all about it. I remember
jerk.
now.
I'm a man of my word. I had to pay it, but I was reading it and I was like, what did he actually win? I looked and you were 7-7. And I was like, how in the F with that team, you were back on, you had spent all your money the year before trying to get a title, all that. You had nothing. And then you were the guy that went out and got Elijah Mitchell, a bunch of
Javonte Williams, Javonte Carter.
Exactly.
You made a lot of moves.
Yeah, exactly. You just whittled, nickel and dimed your way to a 500 and almost the playoffs. You missed it by 1 game. So
it wouldn't have mattered in that.
Nope, not at all. But I had to pay you, so I cracked up when I was like, why do I make that? So. But now we don't have to make them in person. Now we can do them on a gambling site, and we can talk about it in Discord. So
I'll go throw that on a parlay.
So there we go. Anyway,
right, cool. All right, well, that's it for this one. Coming up right after this, go check out. We've actually already recorded it. Our NFL free agent talk, all the good free agent signings. Go check that out. Talk to you guys real soon.